Hi everyone, welcome back to the workshop. So a bit of a different video tonight. Next weekend I'm going to the SST, which is the Southern Scale Trail, which is probably one of the biggest events for crawling in the UK. It's based down near Somerset and it's over the weekend, so it's Saturday and Sunday. They estimate around 300 drivers per day, which is amazing. You know, to get that size event in the UK is pretty incredible. So I've got a few days to get ready and I want to make sure that I've got everything with me because those of you that know the UK, I live in the southeast and I'm travelling right across to the southwest, and it's going to take me, it's about a 3.5-4 hour journey by the book. Whether it will take me that, I don't know, but I don't want to get there and find out that I've got stuff missing. So I've got a bit of a prep thing that I go through to make sure that I've got everything that I need, and I want to make sure that when I'm there I enjoy it. I'm not worrying about have I got this, have I got that. If I have a breakage, then you know, so be it. I can use a spare truck or something like that. So what am I taking? Well, first of all, I'm taking the TRX4M Defender. This thing's pretty awesome. It's got pretty much every possible upgrade on it that you can think of. I've got upgraded axles, it's got a carbon fibre chassis on it, it's got a different suspension. I'm running a brushless system in this as well. So it's really, really well kitted out. And I took this to the East event. Something really silly went wrong with it, and then I couldn't use it. So I've had a play around with it. I've hopefully beefed it up and it's going to be much better and much more reliable. So that's going in the bag, definitely. Following on with the small crawlers, I'm going to take the Ripper V3 as well. This is a Mias V3 Ripper. This is a CNC machined chassis and body. It's absolutely fantastic. It looks amazing. Get it out on the rocks, and you know, it's just one of those again that I'm really looking forward to driving. And again, took this to the East event and something silly, a screw come out of the drive gear, and I had to strip the whole thing down and put it right. And those of you that watch the video, you'll see how in depth I had to go in to get that right. So fingers crossed this time it's going to be okay. Next up, we got the Mac. This has had a full rebuild, so I've had everything apart: axles, gearbox, drivetrain, every single thing has been taken apart out of this. I had a receiver go down at East, and it got waterlogged. Unfortunately, it was meant to be a waterproof receiver, but for some reason it didn't like it, and so I've completely rebuilt it. I'm really looking forward to getting this out. This is definitely one of those rigs that always comes with me. Doesn't always get used, but it's definitely always in the car when I'm out at one of these events, because it attracts a crowd, which is really cool, and I love that. But it's really fun to drive. It's quite a long wheelbase, but as a crawler, it crawls really, really well. It always surprises me. So that's definitely going in the kit bag. And for those of you that have followed me for a while, you'll recognise this as the Mogwai. This is a TRX4 Sport-based crawler. It's got every upgrade again possible. It's got Vitavon axles and gearbox. It's got a brushless system in it. I built this during COVID, and it's one of those models where I'll never get rid of it. I absolutely love it. It crawls fantastically. And again, I don't worry about bashing it about a bit, so I'm quite happy taking it on the rocks. I don't mind getting it wet. It's just one of those sort of great all-rounders. So you'll definitely, if you're going to the SST, you're definitely going to see this. So following up again with the little crawlers, this is an FCX 24th scale crawler. Rob and I from Do URC, we built these in that little challenge that we did. So if you look back through the videos, you'll see those 3 videos. It's really, really fun to crawl with. So I'll definitely be taking this. Hopefully Rob's taking his as well, and we can get a bit more crawling in and a bit more footage with those. And as you can see, I'm not fussed about getting this wet and muddy. All the electrics in it are waterproof, so that's really cool. And yeah, look forward to getting a few more miles on that, and hopefully get over some rocks with it, because at East we were only able to get it dirty. So yeah, definitely going in the bag. Now, I'm sure you've all seen the Wrecker. This is another TRX4 Sport based crawler. So it's TRX4 Sport chassis. Again, it's got all Vitavon parts in it. All the metal work was by myself, and obviously it's a Wrecker. It's got a boom and stuff on the back. So we've got 3 working winches on here. It's got lock diffs all around, because I don't see the point in locking, unlocking when you're out in the mud. You know, at the end of the day, it's a crawler, so you need maximum traction at all times. So that's that. It's got a brushless system in it. Yeah, I've done a couple more little upgrades on it since I last took it out, which is, to be fair, it's been quite a while, so it'd be nice to get this out. And I actually won best scratch build of the SST last year, so I was really proud of that. And I put a lot of work into this. I actually taught myself to TIG weld, so in order to build this, so I'm quite proud of that as well. And you'll see TIG welders behind me here. So yeah, look forward to getting this out again, getting some miles on it, and I'd like to do a few sort of scale recoveries and get some of them on video as well. And last but not least is the Boba Fett build. This is based around, again, TRX4 Sport chassis. It's got a brushless system in it. It's got a SST straight axle conversion, so I've deleted the portals. So it'd be interesting. I've never tried that before, so it'd be interesting to try that out. It's got quite a few mods on it, but I don't want to go into it in too much detail because it'd be really nice if people come and have a look at the SST, and then when I get back I'll have a bit more time and I'll do like a thorough go round it. But yeah, it's got loads of cool bits on it. I spent a lot of time, a lot of love on it, and it's got some nice metal work, so yeah, hopefully that all works in my favour towards maybe another competition win, who knows. And to power all those rigs, obviously I need loads of batteries. So I tend to run most things on these little 3S packs. I get about an hour out of each one. Obviously depends which crawler it's in and how many lights and accessories and winching that I'm doing. But generally an hour's plenty. Got quite a few of them. And seeing as I've got the different models, different batteries, I obviously get quite a bit of time out of them. I wouldn't leave home without my ammo crate. So I've got a smaller one that I use. Got a big one in the cupboard that I use for storing them, and I've got this little one that I use when I'm transporting them out. There's lots of arguments to and for and against the right way to store and transport lipos. I've done a lot of research into what the effects of a fire, etc, etc. And as far as I'm concerned, if these cans are good enough for ammunition and the army, they're good enough for me. So if I'm using the big box, I do tend to put a lipo safe in it as well, just to be that little extra safe. And what I also do is I have a little lipo bag that I take round with me when I'm at the show, and I put it in my rucksack, and that way obviously I'm not going to prevent them from catching fire if they were to catch fire, but I'm giving myself the maximum protection. So they're in a lipo safe, they're in my rucksack. Worst case, I take it off and just throw it. So chances of you putting a lipo fire out are very, very slim. Next up is my toolkit, and I managed to fit pretty much everything that I need in this little toolkit. It's actually a Bacho or a Baco service kit bag, and it's really, really useful. It's a good size. I managed to get all my drivers in there. I've got a soldering iron, little bit of solder if I need a solder job. I've got spare nuts and bolts for most of my models. Now, shock pliers is often something that people overlook. Quite often with the crawlers, you're obviously on all this rough terrain, and a lot of people find that the ends come unscrewed or something like that, and I hate to see people using long nose pliers for holding the shock shafts, because it just wrecks them. So if you've got a proper pair of pliers, that's always helpful. Little side cutters, any of those little cable ties that you might put on. And this is a really cool feature as well. This is a Loctite, so this is for thread lock, and it's like a, if I can get the lid off, it's like a little chapstick. So instead of carrying liquid round, I use that. So if anything comes loose, I just put a couple of dabs of that on, do it up, and yeah, we're away again. What else have I got in here? I've got a small pair of adjustable pliers. Obviously if I need to grab something a bit bigger. And I've got a lighter for heat shrink. I've got a selection of cable ties in the bottom. A few little wheel weights there in case I need to do some trimming of weight. Yeah, so that's my toolkit. So that obviously goes in, and when I'm there I can carry that around in my rucksack as well. And it's not too big and it's not too heavy, so probably say it weighs the same as a bottle of water. So yeah, it's not too bad at all really. So that will definitely go in. I like to carry as much as I can in these little totes so I can be organised. I get everything ready before I go. So I have one with like my radio gear in. I have one with batteries in. I have one with like spares in it. I put the little crawlers in one so they're not flapping around in the back of the car. And then I've got a couple of bigger ones that I can put bigger stuff in. So if I've got bits that I'm selling, for instance, I'll put those in there. These are quite cheap. They're about £5 each. They're just really heavy duty moulded crates, nice clip lids as well, so the lids clip on, and you know, whatever you put in there is going to stay in there for the journey. Another thing that's clever about these, and they're designed in such a way that the bigger ones are twice the size of the little ones, if that makes sense. So if you want to stack them in the car, they all stack up neatly, so you can put them in the back of the car and then just put a ratchet strap over the top and they're not going anywhere. And I'm quite fussy when I'm driving. I don't like stuff sticking up above the parcel shelf. So everything in the back of the car will be level. One thing that we all forget at times is the transmitter. So I've got one transmitter that does pretty much all of my models. I have just purchased another one of these, which I'm going to be collecting at the show. So that'd be good. I'll be able to have one for my 10th and one for my 24th scale. So I can much easier, I can sort of swap between models. At the moment, I obviously have to turn the model off, switch transmitter, switch back over, make sure it's bound, etc, etc. So it can be a bit of a faff, but it's not too much trouble. And yeah, so I've managed to pick up another one of these, so that's a right result. So I'm looking forward to collecting that. Again, a lot of followers of the channel, you'll know that I do make a lot of stuff, and what I like to do is, I'm only a small one-man band, I'm not a big commercial business or anything, but I do like to support because it's all for charity. So I've knocked up this voucher. It's a £50 voucher towards anything that I make, and whoever wins that can contact me, and then obviously they can get something fabricated. So yeah, it's just my way of giving back to these great causes. So there's obviously other things like boring clothes and washing gear and stuff like that. It is a 3-day event, so I travel down on the Friday, get myself settled into my digs. I've got a nice place this year, and I'm able to charge my batteries while I'm down there. I can have one quick last look over all the models and just make sure that I'm happy. Maybe get a couple out and test them, just so that obviously Saturday morning when we get to the show, I haven't got any issues. And yeah, just it's all about chilling out for me. And you know, I'm nearly always in the workshop. I'm always building stuff, and I don't get a huge amount of time to go out and have an actual crawl, which is a shame. And it's really nice. There's so many people that I talk to throughout the year, and you know, it's one of those times when I really look forward to catching up with people. I love seeing what people have built. Every year people astound me with what they've put together. It gives me inspiration as well, which is fantastic. And you know, the crew that run this gig, they're an absolute brilliant bunch. Bearing in mind that these guys are putting in their own time, their own effort, and quite often their own money, and they're putting it into this show for us to go down. And just my little way of giving back is I try and promote it as much as I can. I do my little bit with my obviously getting raffle prizes. I have secured some fantastic prizes from Furytech. They've been absolutely brilliant. You know, it's just lovely that this community comes together. And all of you that are watching this will know that when you get out in your groups, a lot of your troubles go away. You know, I have quite a stressful job that I do full time, and it's just nice that I go away, my mind goes blank, I'm just chatting away, having a laugh. You know, I went to that East event, I was just so relaxed over the weekend. Get the drive out of the way, have a fantastic time, see your friends, have a crawl, do loads of video, take loads of photos, and just have an absolutely blinding time. So that's a bit of a run through what I do to prep for going away. If I've missed anything, I can assure you I will not miss it when I go, because I'm so particular about what I pack and what I take. I've even down to the fact that when I load the car, I can look in the back of the car and I can see there's a gap in the car and I know what's supposed to go in there. So yeah, it's all about getting ready, being ready, and having an absolute brilliant time. So that's my run through. I hope to see loads of you at the SST. Those of you that can't make it, I'm looking forward to putting together another video. Please look back through my history at my video from 2023. It was absolutely brilliant, absolute belter. Again, people have put in so much effort, and that's why I can't wait for SST 2024. So thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.